It's called Promises. It's about a woman who has lost her husband. Upon a high cliff, overlooking the waves that crashed upon broken and jagged rocks below, there stood an elegant, regal woman. She looked to the stormy sky and said, "My husband, you promised me you would always be at my side, and yet now you have left me, with neither love of my life nor children to care for. How am I to go on like this? I cannot bear the pain any longer." She edged closer to the cliff, trembling as the wind whipped about. Through the storm she could not hear a girl calling to her. "Ma'am, ma'am, could you help me?" the girl cried out, but she received no answer. The girl came closer, trying to get the woman's attention, until her own foot slipped on the edge. The woman caught a glimpse of the girl out of the corner of her eye, reached out to grab her, pulling her back to safety quickly. But the woman and the girl fell to the ground. "Oh," the girl cried. "Oh my, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am." The woman stared ahead, shaking. "You're shaking," the girl said. "Are you cold? Here, take this." The girl opened her backpack and pulled out a shawl, draping it around the woman. "Thank you," the woman stuttered as she grasped the shawl, taking a deep breath in. Though she felt she was certain she was prepared to take her own life, she had never felt as frightened as she did, leaning over the edge of the cliff just moments ago. "You saved my life," the girl said with a smile. I just came to ask for directions." The woman picked up a small wrapped object that had fallen from the girl's shawl and asked, "What is this?" "This is my treasure," the girl said as she took the wrapped object. "I'll show you if you promise not to tell anyone." The woman slowly nodded, watching the girl unwrap the item. "This was my mother's," the girl said as she held out the comb. "Father says she is in the presence of Buddha now, and this was the treasure she left to me." "It's very lovely," the woman said. "My mother had beautiful long hair like yours," the girl replied as she reached up to comb the woman's disheveled hair gently. "I promised my father I would take care of it and do something special with it. That's why I'm traveling to the capital." "To the capital?" the woman asked. "Kyoto isn't far away, but why would you go all the way there?" "I heard that the emperor has died," the girl said sadly. "I need to be there in time for his funeral." "The emperor's funeral isn't the sort of affair a farm girl like yourself would be allowed to view," the woman replied. "You're taking a long trip for nothing." I'm not coming to see the emperor," the girl said. "I want to give my mother's comb to the empress." "The empress?" the woman asked, surprised. "Why would you give your mother's treasure to the empress? You promised your father you would take care of it. It's not good to break promises." The girl nodded as she held the comb to her heart and said, "I know. Father is also in the presence of Buddha now, so I think he's watching, and I think he's happy with what I'm doing. I told him I would do something special with it. I know what it feels like to lose someone, and I know the empress must feel sad, so I want to remind her how many people still love her. All of the people of Japan are the empress's children, and we're counting on her." The woman stared at the girl for a long moment before she began to sob. "Ma'am, what's wrong?" the girl asked, looking worried. "Did I say something wrong?" No, child," the woman said, taking the girl's hand. "I will take you to the capital to see the empress." The woman shakily stood with the girl's help, and holding her hand, the two turned to walk towards the road. As they walked, the woman stopped and looked to the sky, whispering to herself, "Thank you, my husband."